Hey, you ever wanted a way to mount a splitter to a Mk1 Ford Focus with a bolt-on solution? Stay tuned. We are back here with the splitter mounts, as you might assume. We last left off with the original prototype. You can see I marked a movement of a hole and whatnot, but this is where we started. And then we moved the hole, just a quick test print to make sure my alignment was good. And then we thickened it up a little bit. Hard to tell. Oh, there you go. You can tell this one's a lot thicker. And then from there, I had, don't worry about this yet. I had a whole full-size piece reprinted to confirm everything aligns as needed. And with the help of Professional Awesome, who provided an entire set of the 2 sets of these that I'll need for this entire project for my purposes of test fitting and stuff. Thank you again. You guys are awesome. But they provided a whole set that I could use to bolt up and make sure this all aligns correctly. And everything did. Holes here needed a little bit more distance, but it was fine. So then, from there, we now have full steel versions ready to go. Filming this after the fact, but this is something I really wanted to make sure I had in the video. But the thickness of these is the same as the aluminum bracket I designed to mount to these. Now, there's a reason for that. A, this is the same thickness as my eventual front tow bars, so I figured let's just make the plate thickness uniform throughout. And the idea behind that is to make this be the weak point instead of the bracket that goes to your frame. So this will buckle or break before this or your frame gets torqued or anything if you take a big hard hit on your splitter in a track day or something. You go over a curb, whatever, but this is what I want to break, not this or your frame. So that's why this is so thick and why the cost kind of reflects that. Now, I know what's the cost. I am basing this off of me having to order one at a time because I don't know how often people are going to order. I'm not really wanting to order like 20 of them and be kind of, in limbo in terms of like $1.5 grand of stuff while people figure out how to get me money. So I am pricing them across the board as if I am ordering one from the manufacturer and shipping it out. So for a set, you're talking about $200. And I don't have a lot of headroom over that. So it's $200 and shipping. That's it for this. Now, it's only this bracket and where is it? There it is. It's a pair. So 1, 2, $200. If you need a replacement of one, $100. That's simple. Now, of course, these are designed specifically to match up to Professional Awesome Racing's universal quick release set in the medium length. And I recommend just doing the standard little bottom bit with them. But with that, it puts your splitter about 1.5 inches underneath the subframe. Plenty of room underneath the exhaust. Should be good, at least with this bolt arrangement. You can drop it lower, you can get it higher, whatever you want to do. But now, that being said, with this being specifically designed for that, you can use them for whatever the fuck you want in terms of just hard bolting a splitter to your chassis. That's fine too. Okay, you don't have to buy a set of these, although I do recommend it, to mount a splitter. You can just bolt it up there. Now, let's go underneath and show you how everything bolts up. All right, here we are underneath the passenger side of the car. These are the studs it will go to. This is where your OEM tie-down bracket is or was bolted to. You will have to remove it. I haven't tested it yet, but you might be able to put it on back over the main bracket once it's in there. But first we'll put the final prototype up. So you can see how it goes. Just hangs out up there. And now we have the final steel version, which goes on a lot better because of my adjustments. But It's kind of hard to really show in full without a huge wide angle camera lens, but this is perfectly parallel or perpendicular to the front of the car, and side to side, once bolted up, they will be more or less perfectly parallel to each other. And then your splitter can just mount up to right here and go forward and turn or whatever else you need to do for your splitter design. But this should give a really, really, really solid option for, mounting a splitter. Something that isn't really in existence yet. Well, it is now, I guess. So I'll figure out how to set up some sort of site, or maybe just DM me on Instagram or something. I don't know, for a pair. Or if you're one of the Focus guys on Facebook, feel free to hit me up on the Facebook page or something like that. I don't know, but there it is in all its glory. All right, let's head back up and talk about other stuff. Oh, that was bright. Talk about some other stuff that we got upcoming. Okay, back up here. So, other stuff that's been going on. I got a lot of wiring figured out in the car. Pretty boring stuff, pretty monotonous stuff, so I didn't really film any of it. But in a couple weeks, I have a whole week off to just finalize all that, along with some other fiddly stuff. I just did a full scale scan of a OEM headlight, as well as the Hella headlights, and gave that to a buddy of mine who's going to make a model of that. So eventually, we'll also have some 3D printed headlight air intakes and Hella replicas, which will be good. I do still have to do the Hella taillights, which you might see right there. This guy. But a replica of him is coming as well. I just haven't gotten around to scanning it yet because it's a bit of a faff to get it all right and set up right and whatever else. This is my current design for a sunroof delete plug. This one, somehow the scale got messed with, so I got to tweak it still, but there's kind of your basic shape. Just bolts right in, gets rid of the heavy sunroof that's above the roll center. Why do you want to delete your sunroof, you might ask? Well, I don't really have a use for one because it's a track car and other people might want to do that, so I made a thing. So there you go. This will be available eventually in a full kind of DIY, put it together yourself 3D kit, as well as a full just carbon fiber sheet. Here, I guess I'll take you around to in the car. Well, there's the engine bay still. Nothing's really changed. I do have a filtered air intake system coming together. Need to iron out a couple of things with that one, but it's getting there. I painted the dash after body working it way too long, but it's in there. It's all smooth-ish. Don't look at it too closely. Don't judge me. It's fine. It's a shitty old dash. Cage is going to be modified from the 6-point that it originally was. I'm going to cut those runners right there and here off and just make it a permanent 4-point, which is going to be perfectly fine for what I need it for now. After I need a bigger cage, it's going to get, the whole thing's going to get like hardcore caged, so don't worry about it. I have a new design in the works for that back there. More on that later on once I kind of get around to it, but it's working. As you can see in here though, maybe you can see the light's kind of bright, but I got all the panel mounted, got all the wiring and stuff for the firewall done. It's all coming through here and splitting off kind of in this area. I hope I pointed the camera right there. I'm sorry if I didn't, but it's all, the spaghetti is being tamed. We'll just say that. And from there, it's going to go about to the back. The entire car will be able to get power once I hook up the master kill switch back there. Not kill switch, but master kill, the motorsports battery disconnect thing that I got. It needs constant power to be able to, connect or disconnect itself and stuff and whatnot. But that encompasses the internal kill switch and external kill switch, which is over there somewhere. It's a red thing, but that's all coming along. Once that's all hooked up with the wiring and whatnot, I need to finish the oil cooler setup up front, and then we're good to go. So, yay. Oh, I don't think I showed the oil cooler yet, and I have it all installed right now, except the actual oil cooler itself on my custom bracket and stuff. That setup will also be available to buy if people want what is kind of niche, because it goes specifically with the upgraded dual core radiator that I got. So, you know, it is what it is. Also got some new mirrors coming, which are top secret because I found them on a sketchy website, but they should be okay. But as you can tell, I'm kind of winded because it's hot in here, and I did all that in a single take. This entire video was a single take. There was cuts. You will see cuts, but I filmed it all in one go. So it's probably going to be kind of a shorter one, but I think this is a good stopping point. It's a good update. Very, very over the moon with these things. I love how these turned out. It's one of my favorite feelings in the world when something that you specifically designed to do a specific thing does the specific thing perfectly. It fits like a glove. It's awesome. I love it. But all right, I'm rambling at this point, so I'm gonna pick it up next time doing, I don't know, something, some update or random progress video or something like that. So I'll see y'all there.